Hello, hello, it's dumplet here. Here's an item on evaluation. Find the value of the floor or the greatest integer less than or equal to the sixth power of square root of 5 plus the square root of 3. As usual, pause this video if you'd like to give this item a try. But if you're done, let us dive into the solution. Alright, so here we have a nice statement. Square root of 5 minus square root of 3 is less than 1. Right, seems to be very obvious, but little do we know, this is actually a very nice way, or a nice hint to help us answer this question. Now, before that though, before solving for what this is, I'm going to show you an expression, which might be a little bit unrelated, but you're going to see its effect on this problem in a while. Now let's try to focus on a seemingly different problem and try to see what this value is. What's the sixth power of square root of 5 plus square root of 3 plus the sixth power of its conjugate, square root of 5 minus square root of 3? Alright, now we're going to do some expansions here, as you can see here. You can rely on the Pascal's triangle and or the combinatorial argument, the binomial coefficient, the coefficient to help you here. Now I'm going to use the substitution a equals square root of 5 and b equals square root of 3 just for you to see what's the point of this substitution that we're making. Now, the first line is going to be the expansion of a plus b raised to the sixth power. Again, the 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, and 1. You can use the Pascal's triangle for that, or you can use the fact that those are the 6 choose 0, 6 choose 1, 6 choose 2. So there is a combinatorial binomial coefficient which comes from combinatorics. And then for the a minus b raised to 6, it's almost the same thing, but with just alternating signs. So if I add these two values, I'll able to get 2a to the 6th power plus 30a to the 4th b squared plus 30a squared b to the 4th plus 2b cubed. Alright, now apparently if I want to get what this value is, it's just a matter of substituting a and b back. Now I'm just gonna, I just substituted a and b just to kind of simplify the writings here, but generally speaking you don't really have to do that. Anyways, so we have to substitute them back in here, but I think we can kind of do a little bit of like nice substitution using algebra, because this 2a to the 6th power or the sum that it was equal to, we can kind of write it a little bit nicely in terms of, well, I can write as 2 times a squared plus b squared cubed plus 24a squared b squared times a squared plus b squared. So I'm just kind of grouping some of the terms together because, I mean, it's a little bit easier to work with. Now, since we had the substitution, a and b, a squared becomes 5 and b squared becomes 3. And you can kind of see why I decided to do that, because it is going to be, you know, I think it's a little bit easier. So, all right, 5 and 3's go in, the a squared and the b squared, and then lastly, it's just going to be like a simple arithmetic. So, this is apparently equal to 3,904. So I just put down the original statement. So this is apparently equal to 3,904. But so what? Well, if it's equal to 3,904, how does that help solve the initial question, which is to get the floor of this one, or the greatest integer less than or equal to the sixth power of square root of 5 plus square root of 3. Now, this clue that square root of 5 minus square root of 3 is less than 1, it's going to come into play. Because if we take a look at this expression, right, we kind of want to know what the value of this is, but we don't really know how yet. But now that we have this value, square root of 5 minus square root of 3, okay, that's less than 1, and I'm pretty sure that's greater than 0. So the inside, it's between 0 and 1. I'm pretty sure about that. And raising that to the 6th power, same thing. We can safely say that it's going to be between 0 and 1. Now, what does that tell us about the value of this though? Now, since this is between 0 and 1, we are pretty sure that the value of this thing, the 6th power of square root of 5 plus square root of 3, it's going to be somewhere, we don't know the exact value, but it's going to be somewhere between 3,903 and 3,904. Because this is between 0 and 1, the second part, the first part must be between 3,903 and 3,904. And that's basically it for the question, because now that we know that this value it's going to be between 3,903 and 3,904. The floor, or the greatest integer less than or equal to this value, it's going to be 3,903, because we can kind of view this number as 3,903 point something. We have no idea what the something is, but we know it's going to be of that form. And there we go. The answer to the question is going to be 3,903. All right. Hopefully you guys learned something new from this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.